Hi everyone, my name is Olawale Godwin and welcome to MOG Economics. Today we shall be talking about Monopoly Part 6. We've done Monopoly 1 to 5. I shall be providing the links to some of the videos underneath this video for you to follow up in case you're interested. Then the topic here is simply social welfare, the monopolist and the private competitor. We've also spoken about publicly competitive markets. We have Part 1 to 4 of that video. You might just check the channel for that. Now, so here, what we really want to check out in this video is who maximizes social welfare between a monopolist and then a private competitor. So who maximizes social welfare between a monopolist and a privately competitive and a firm in the private market. So this is the graph for a monopolist. Okay, so we understand that monopolists maximize, or any firm basically maximizes profits where the marginal cost equals to the marginal revenue. Now the monopolist has a downward sloping demand curve, downward sloping marginal revenue curve, then all of that upward sloping marginal cost curve, then the U-shaped average cost curve. So we find where the marginal cost is equal to the marginal revenue for this monopolist. Now this is the marginal revenue curve and this is the marginal cost curve. So there's an intersection here. We trace that to the average cost curve. So this is the average cost at the profit maximizing point. Then we trace it here to determine the price. Then we bring it down and then discover the quantity. Now for a private competitor, we understand that from what we've learned so far, a private competitor has a demand curve that is just perfectly elastic. While that this is horizontal, it's not downward sloping, and it's also is a price taker. It takes price from the industry where there's an intersection of the industry demand curve and the industry supply curve. All right, so then what else do we have? We have the upper sloping marginal cost curve. The demand curve is the same thing as the average revenue curve, the marginal revenue curve, and the marginal cost curve. So if you are interested in knowing why that is the case, you might just visit Publicly Competitive Market Part 1. We spoke about that very well in Part 1. Now, where is the marginal cost intersecting the marginal revenue curve? Because the marginal revenue curve is also the same thing as the demand curve, okay, that's where the marginal cost curve intersects it, okay, the marginal cost curve then intersects the demand curve at this point, okay, at this point. Now, when we trace that to get the price, we trace it to get, okay, we don't trace to get the price is already given. As I said, it is a price taker, so the price is already there. So what we just have to do is, as this price, what is the profit maximizing quantity? We trace it down, and then this is the Q. But then there's an intersection on the AC curve, which is at this point. So we trace this out, and we have average cost 1. Average cost 1. So that means at this particular price, this producer is going to produce this quantity, and then at this average cost, So this rectangle represents the profit. Okay, I didn't bother to shade it. I want you to actually see it, or I may just call this. This is already P1, so I could just call this B, and I could call this C. So rectangle P1B AC1C represents the profits of this firm, and then I will name this one S, and I could name this place T. So rectangle P1S AC1T represent the profits of the monopolist. Now, how do we then get the social welfare, everything between the monopolist and the private competitor? Now, I've drawn another graph I've sketched another graph for the monopolist. Okay, and then the monopolist, of course, where marginal cost equals marginal revenue, it's of course at this point. So it determines its quantity, it sets its quantity there, and then goes to the demand curve and then looks for the highest price that I could fix at the profit maximizing point, so our position. So he has this P1. Then when we also trace that, we get to the average cost curve first before the demand curve. Then that gives us this average cost 1. So all of this represents his profit and this represents his quantity. All right. So, but if this firm were a firm in the publicly competitive market, would he have charged this price, and would the firm produce this quantity? Now, what I want you guys to realize that, remember that the marginal revenue of the private competitor is simply its demand curve as well. It's simply its demand curve. So for a publicly competitor, its own MC equals MR is actually going to be on the demand curve. So it's going to be on the demand curve here. So that's how it's going to be, because he maximizes his profit where marginal cost equals marginal revenue, and the marginal revenue is the same thing as that point is an exact point on its demand curve. Look at it. So where marginal cost equals the marginal revenue. So this line happens to be its marginal revenue, and then it also happens to be the demand curve. So we just trace that here. All right. So now we trace it to this point, of course. So this is the price. So let me just change, okay, this let me change this to PM, price of the monopoly. So this is going to be the price of the competitor, the firm in the privately competitive market. Then we trace this point down to get the quantity that is going to sell. So I could just change this to Q monopolist, and then this is Q competitor. Okay, the firm in the perfect market. So what's our observation? Our observation is simply that the price that the monopolist is charging is actually too much. If this firm were a private competitor, it would have charged a lower price and in fact would have produced a higher quantity. So now we have, so instead of having just this triangle, we'll be having all of this triangle now. All of this triangle, this point, and then this point. So there's something I'm going to do now. So I'll just shade this, I'll shade this. Yeah, I'll shade that point. So there's a triangle there that is being shaded. So I could call it triangle DEF. So we have a triangle DEF. So what does that triangle represent? It's like this. Okay, so you have DEF. Now this triangle simply represents deadweight loss. Deadweight loss. It's a measure of inefficiency under a monopoly. So it represents deadweight loss. And this deadweight loss is simply the loss in social welfare. So that's what it simply means, the loss in social welfare. And the loss, when we're talking about loss in social welfare, we are just trying to say that this monopolist is doing too little in the sense that it is charging too much price for this product and it is even selling a quantity that is not as high as what a firm in the private market would have sold. So it is selling a lower quantity and it is charging a higher price even for the lower quantity. Alright, so and what we then observe is that you see all of these points up to this place, all of this, the part of this triangle up to this point represents producer surplus that is lost due to the higher price that the monopolist is charging and then the lower quantity that it is selling. Then we see, okay, let me name it. So we have FEG representing the producer surplus that would have occurred if this firm were a private competitor. Then we have triangle DGE, which is simply the consumer surplus that would have occurred if this firm is a private competitor. But then there is this loss in consumer surplus and then there is this loss in producer surplus simply because of what the monopolist is doing. Alright, simply because of what is doing. So what is consumer surplus? Consumer surplus is simply what is left between the maximum price that a consumer is willing to buy a product and then market price. So if a consumer is willing to buy a product, if he decides to buy a product maybe like for 50 naira and then gets to the market and discovers that the price actually goes for 40 naira. So 50 minus 10, which is 50 minus 40, which is 10 naira, is going to be his consumer surplus. Now, producer surplus is simply the difference between a producer's marginal cost and then the price that actually goes to the market. So if the marginal cost of producing a product is let's say 30 naira and then the producer wants to sell his product and discovers that the equilibrium position in the market is simply where price is 50 naira. So 50 naira minus 30 naira, which happens to be his own marginal cost, is 20 naira. So 20 naira happens to be the producer surplus. So we have some amount of producer surplus that is lost here, and then some amount of consumer surplus that is also lost here. So that is to tell us that there is a loss in social welfare if a monopolist is the one that is selling a particular product instead of a firm in the perfect market. And the loss is simply in the fact that the price is higher than what should have been, and then the quantity is lower than what should have been, and so that's resulting into a loss in consumer surplus and then a loss in producer surplus that would have been if the firm were in the perfect market. So that's about that. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you like this video, click on the like button and then click on the subscribe button as well. It is absolutely free, and then that is for you to get more of our videos. Thank you very much for watching, and then see you next time.